Ellie Goulding murder. Thomas Griffiths jailed for the fatal stabbing. Crime can take place at any age. In this case, a young man who was responsible for the death of his former schoolgirl girlfriend, Ellie Goulding, has been sentenced to life in prison. As the judge handed down the minimum sentence of 12 years and 6 months in prison, Thomas Griffiths, who is now 18 years old, hung his head in shame. Want to know more? Hey guys, welcome to Crime Point, where we solve unsolved mysteries. If you're someone who loves mysteries and unsolved murder cases, then this is the place just for you. So stay with us till the end of this video so you don't miss out on any of this information. But before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our wonderful videos in the future. And let's get started. After Griffith's ex-girlfriend broke off their 4-month relationship, he killed her at her family home in Wiltshire by first suffocating her and then stabbing her to death. Previously, he entered a guilty plea to the charges that were brought against him. The Bristol Crown Court was completely packed with Ellie's friends and family as he was being sentenced. The court was told that Ellie and Griffiths, who was perfect, had attended the same sixth form class together and had been acquainted with one another for some time. They had been dating since around January 2019, but the day before she passed away, Ellie disclosed to her friends that she had ended her relationship with the defendant because she had begun to feel suffocated by him. She claimed that he had a difficult time adjusting to the breakup. The following day, Griffiths took his revenge by driving to Ellie's house and starting an argument with her. During the course of the confrontation, he choked Ellie and stabbed her 13 times in the neck. What is important is that she had ended the relationship, which was something that she was completely within her rights to do. You mentioned that it made you angry, said the judge who presided over the case. In my view, you were a great deal more than upset, he continued. I apologize for the inconvenience. It is clear that at some point during the events of the day, you put your hands around Ellie's neck and attempted to choke her. You are the only one who knows the exact sequence of events that took place. The judge continued, she tried her best to fight back, and in the process, she scratched at your neck. You lack the common sense and decency to come to a complete halt. You, on the other hand, reached for a kitchen knife. You then carried out the most heinous attack on this defenseless girl by repeatedly stabbing her in the face and neck, the prosecutor said. You stabbed her multiple times. It is impossible to fathom the anguish and dread she must have endured in her final moments at the hands of your crazed knife attack, which was still ongoing. First, and perhaps the most unsettling of all, you left Ellie lying on the ground with the knife still lodged in her throat and her left hand wrapped around the handle of the knife. I have no doubt that you arranged the scene in such a way that it would appear to those who found Ellie that she had been killed, not by another person, but rather by her own hand or in some terrible accident, she said. I have no doubt that you arranged the scene in order that it would appear to those who found Ellie that she'd been killed. The judge said this in reference to the moment when Ellie's father found her in a pool of her own blood. She was stiff and cold and completely beyond saving, the judge said. The result of your actions has been to not only take the life of this bright, intelligent, talented, and vivacious young woman who had her whole life in front of her, but also to wreak havoc and cause heartbreak on her family and friends. On the day of the murder, Griffiths had been driven to school, but on the way home he took the bus, and then he drove to Ellie's house, where he claimed that they had started studying together. The murder took place there. However, there were no documents, such as books or folders, discovered at the scene. Richard Smith, QC, who was in charge of the prosecution during the hearing, stated that Griffiths attacked Ellie after becoming enraged, possibly as a result of Ellie's continued rejection of him. The results of Ellie's autopsy revealed that she had been rendered unconscious by applying pressure to her neck and that she had then been stabbed 13 times in her neck. It is believed that she put up a valiant effort to protect herself during the murder, in which Griffith used a knife that had been stolen from the Gould family's kitchen. After that, Griffiths made an attempt to cover up what he had done by cleaning up the murder scene with clothes that he subsequently hid in the woods close to his house. He made an effort to make it appear as though Ellie had stabbed herself by placing her hand on the knife and sending a text message from her phone to a friend informing them that she would not be attending school. Ellie's father, Matthew Gould, was the one who discovered his daughter, and he has stated that the image of Ellie, face down in a pool of blood, with the knife in her neck, has haunted him ever since he discovered her in that state. 3 hours after the body of Ellie was discovered on May 3rd at approximately 3:15 p.m., officers from the Wiltshire Police Department detained Griffiths outside the home of his friend. In his statements to the police, Mr. Smith lied repeatedly and denied having any knowledge of the crime. The attorney who was representing Griffiths, Sasha Was, QC, stated that he was an outstanding student who had been promoted to the position of prefect not long before the murder. She went on to say that the actions of Griffiths had devastated both of the families. Griffiths wrote a letter to the court in which he stated that he felt heartfelt remorse for his actions and claimed that his mental health was not good at the time. I truly apologize. I'm aware that my explanations and apologies will never be sufficient, but I hope that with the passage of time I can demonstrate how deeply sorry I am, he wrote. Carol Gold, Ellie's mother, stared at Griffiths the entire time his letter was being read to the court and shook her head in response. His son also shed tears throughout the proceedings, as did his parents, who were sitting close to the courtroom. In a victim impact statement that was read in front of the court, Ellie's mother, Carol Gold, said that experiencing her daughter's cold hand was something that no parent should ever have to go through. In addition, she says that knowing she invited him into their home makes her feel helpless, empty, and bitter. Before she was assaulted, Ellie was a student at Hardin Hewish School in Chippenham, where she was working towards her A-levels. Her relatives say that she is fun-loving and that she is a joy to be around. Judge Peter Blair, QC, was serving as the recorder of Bristol, removed the restrictions on reporting that had been preventing the media from identifying Griffiths. He described the act that the teenager had carried out as being extremely serious. After the body of Ellie was discovered, the officers at the Wiltshire Police Department were able to quickly identify and arrest Griffiths. At first, the young man denied having seen Ellie on that particular day, or in the days leading up to her passing. Ellie's family wrote in a tribute that was issued after her passing, "We would like Ellie to be remembered as a kind, caring young lady with a wonderful, fun personality." The head teacher of Hardin Hewish School, Lisa Percy, stated that both the students and the staff had been absolutely devastated as a result of the murder. And that's it for today, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please make sure you click on the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you have any questions or comments about this video, make sure you please share them with us in the comment space below. That's what it's there for. We always check out our comments, and we always love interacting with the viewers of our channel. I also would like to remind you before we go to please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you see even more of our incredible videos. We have all kinds of great ones for you, and you can also check out these videos that have been especially selected for you. For now, we bid you farewell. We thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch up with you in our next video.